Hey everyone, this video is mostly about AWS S3. So let's get into the video, guys. AWS S3. Now let's see what is AWS S3, guys. AWS S3 is nothing but is a cloud storage that is managed by AWS. So it is very easy to use. It's very easy to use, and it is one of the simple storage service, guys. Means S3 full form is simple storage service. So let's see what are the files that we can able to store in S3. Files store in S3. We can store any images, or we can store videos. We can also store Excel files. We can also store backup data. We can store any dumps which we take from the DBs. So these are the files that can store in S3. We can store n number of files in the S3, guys. So next is what we are going to see is what are the features of S3. First is scalable. Second is security. Third is cost effectiveness. And it's highly available and durable, guys. So these are all the features that is provided by S3, guys. So let's see one by one. First is scalable, which means that we can store n large amount of data, guys. Which is like there is no restriction, which means there is no size restriction for storing the data, guys. Up to 5 TB we can store the data. Here in the data means object. Okay, there is no restriction for buckets. We can create any number of buckets. Buckets is any, so there is no restriction for creating any number or n number of buckets. Then we can see highly available and durable, guys. Availability means it's depend on based on the tire, guys. There are different tires that is provided by S3. For each tire, availability will be different, which means for standard tire it will be different. It will be in 3 to 5 seconds. So accordingly it will be changed based on the tires. I will explain you in the for next coming seconds. So third is durability. Durability means how long it is going to persist the data. It's here comes 11 nines. So I'll explain you what's the 11 nines. Under the durability 11 nines, which means it will be going to store the data. If you are going to store the data of 1 billion data, then after 100 years it will the only one data will be lost if one, if something happens, then it will be only one data will be lost, remaining data will be recovered, guys. This is highly durable, which is the which is the 99.99999, which is 11 nines. So it means it is highly durable, guys. And then we will be seeing the security. Here S3 provides various kinds of security, guys, which first one is bucket policies. Here you can restrict who can able to access the data inside the bucket, guys. And second thing is ACLs, which is an access control list. This will be mostly useful when you are dealing with the pre-signed URL and the signed URL, whether when the developers are using their S3 in the code. So we'll be facing this. And another is encryption. There is different encryptions provided by S3, guys, which is at rest. It will be provided and it will provide in transit. At rest, server-side encryptions will be there. In while during transit, it will be provided with that TLS encryption or SSL encryption, guys. So these are the encryptions that is provided at during rest and in transit by. So these are the securities that is available in S3, guys. So another thing is we are going to see buckets and folders, buckets and objects. Buckets are nothing but like folders. You can consider like as a folders, and objects you can consider as their files. So this is in that S3 we'll be seeing the buckets and objects in like, which means like folders and files, guys. So what is next thing is what is running in the background, running in back end of S3. This means whenever you upload an object to an S3, it will be stored in different availability zone, guys, different ACs, so that it can so that only the real data is getting persisted for long years, is stored for long years. This is the one reason for high durable, guys. So whenever the you store the any object in the S3, it replicates the object in multiple availability zones like this, and it will so that only if any one availability zone goes down, the object can be accessible because it's stored in n number of availability zones inside the region, guys. So this is how S3 is running in the background when you are storing the objects. Next is like we are going to see storage tiers. There are different storage tiers in S3. First is you can consider like standard storage tiers, and you can say in intelligent access, intelligent tiering storage, and you can say that infrequent access, and there are different glacier storage, guys. So these are the different storage tiers that is available in S3. We will be mostly using the standard storage tier, which is highly available within 3 to 5 seconds, and based on the tiers it will be less frequently available. If we go down, which means intelligent tiering to a infrequent access, then a glacier, it is like less frequent access, less access. So if you are using the data which is more than 90 days or more than long number of days old, we can move this to this number of tiers in the storage of S3. If you are using the daily, if you are accessing daily, then you will be using the standard. So accordingly, the cost will be varying. Cost will be going down when you are moving down to the other storage classes, but for the standard tier, it will be costing you around $6, $6.1 per month, and it will be going down even if you are moving to the infrequent access storage tiers or intelligent tiering or glacier. So these are the some of the storage tiers that is available in S3. What we can do more than S3, guys? Using S3, we can also do a number of things, which so I will say you some examples of what we can do with the S3. First one is data pipeline, data integration pipeline, data integration pipeline, which means that if you are having a large number of data, you can store it in S3, and using the lambda function, you can manipulate the data or you can do anything what you want in from that data, and you can able to store it in the same to the S3, or you can send to another services in AWS, guys. Other thing we can do is analytics and dashboarding, which is like you can use S3 with Athena and QuickSight for analytics and dashboarding, guys. If you are using any SQL data, then you can use Athena and QuickSight. For Athena you can use for analytics, and dashboarding you can use QuickSight, guys. So another thing is you can use for the event driven architecture also, which is like event driven architecture, which is like you can use S3 with lambda, so that whenever the object is updated, the lambda will be triggered and it will do some actions, and it will send the data to the any next service which is you configure, guys. You can configure SNS, like whenever the object is updated, you can send a notification to a user, or you can send a notification to another service. So this is like event driven architecture, guys. So these are the services that we can do with the S3. So that's all about S3. We can let's next in the next video we'll be seeing the hands-on demo. Thanks for watching this video.